Good morning. So in my previous video you would have seen me paint the outside of the shed here. Now despite the wet weather we had at the end of the day, it hasn't washed off. Even the backside, the brunt of the weather is still looking good. I do want to give it a couple more coats, but I'm going to wait until the weather improves, because despite the fact we've got blue skies at the moment, the weather forecast for this afternoon is supposed to be rain, and tomorrow is supposed to be absolutely horrendous. So I'm thinking I want to have a good week of dry weather and then I might give it a recoat. But for now I'm going to be concentrating on the inside. So one of the things I want to do is get some lights in here. So I've already pulled a cable in. I've put a box in here so I can have a double socket in here. Light switch, cables go up. I got some spotlights reduced to clear years ago. I don't know why I brought them, but I'm thinking this will be a good use for them. So I've got 3 spotlights to go up there. But I'm thinking the other thing I want to do is put some boards on the wall here, because I kind of want to protect the fabric here. So yeah, that's the plan for today. First thing I've done this morning is I've put some battens in the corners here, so the plywood has something to screw to, because I'm going to put plywood on the walls. So yeah, I'm now at the stage of cutting everything to size and screwing it in place. So yeah, let's get on. Well, I managed to get the last of the panels up last night, and I was hoping to spend the entire day today in the sheds trying to finish it off. Unfortunately, the way the weather is, I'm not too sure about being out here. But I have spent the morning out here and I've got a few bits done. So, if we have a quick look inside, oh, we've got light. So yeah, the wind is blowing around everywhere, but I've managed to get the socket in, I've got the light switch in, lights are working, so that makes it so much easier to work. It's a lot nicer in here than it is out there, but yeah, I keep hearing things falling on the roof and I'm thinking I'm probably better off in the house. So I shall pick this up when the weather improves, so see you in a bit. Well, it's the next day and the weather has settled down quite a lot. Unfortunately the camera never really shows quite how bad it was, but I did the right thing going in, because I've come up this morning to check for damage and I have found this. So pine trees all the way up there, branches snapped off of one of those, flowed over here, past the trees that are here, and landed here. And I mean that is a sizable branch, so yeah, that would easily damage the shed if it landed on the shed. But I've also had another branch carry on over the hedge. I've got a bit stuck in the gutter there and it smashed the gutter down there as well. So yeah, certainly did the right thing. Now unfortunately I don't have time to tidy this up today because I've got to go to work and I'm sure they've got branches down there to deal with, so I shall get back to this tomorrow hopefully. Unfortunately there's not too much damage here. I think it's only this piece here that's actually broken and the clip on the gutter there, but yeah, I think it was this branch here that must have landed on it. Oh well. Well, it's a couple of days later, I've managed to fix the guttering and I've managed to clear the branches. I'm up working on the shed again and we've got another storm coming through. It's not too bad at the moment though, so I'm happy carrying on. I've actually been up here this morning doing some stuff, so I've managed to get the wood on the back wall finished and just above the door here, so that's looking nice and smart. So put some trim around just to cover some of the joins. I'm not 100% happy with it, but it's a shed, so it's good enough. So I'm now turning my attention to the floor. Now I've given the floor some thought because I did initially think of just leaving it as the wood, but I'm thinking bringing wet footprints into here, the wood's going to wear out quite quickly, so I do want to cover it with something. I did think about lino, but lino could be slippery when it gets wet. Also, if you drop something in here like a garden fork, it's just going to go straight through the lino and end up ruining it. So I've decided I'm going to go for carpet that will absorb the wet footprints so it won't be slippery. It will get mucky, but it's a shed, so once it dries, you just sweep it all out the door. And if the carpet gets stained, I don't worry about it, it's a shed. So yeah, that's what my next plan is, get the carpet laid. So I've gone with carpet tiles like these because they're shorter piles, so they shouldn't pick up quite so much dirt. The other thing is they're a lot harder wearing than regular carpet. So these were about £2.50 each, so it wasn't too expensive to do the shed. Now, I don't know if you can make it out on the back there. There is a little arrow there, so that denotes the direction that you've got to lay them in. So the carpet itself, it hasn't got a pattern to it. They're kind of ridges because of the pile, the way it's made. So I want to make sure that they're all facing the same way. But yeah, I'm just going to loose lay them at first. Now, I've worked it out in my head. I haven't measured it accurately, but I don't think there's going to be any stupid slithers anywhere. So I'll just lay them out first. I'll see how I get on. I'm hoping gravity will do the work for me and I won't have to stick them down. But if they do become a problem, I've got double-sided tape. I can stick them down. But yeah, I'm going to start in that corner, work my way out. It should be square because the plywood was square. So yeah, see how I get. I'm going to be working around the rubbish up here because I don't want to take that out because I'm probably going to need it up here again. So I'll start in this corner, work my way out, and yeah, see how I get on. Right, well that's the carpet in place and it's looking good. So I've put metal trim across the front there, so that should stop the carpet tiles from shifting, and it should also stop me from wearing out the front edge. I'm sure it won't take long for this to get muddy, but that looks a lot better for now. So the next step for me to do is to start getting some tools in here. So at the moment I've got a bare wall. I'm thinking that I'll probably need to build some shelves or something on that, so I'm going to go and measure some tools, see what scraps of wood I've got, and yeah, see what I can come up with. You forgot the scissors, didn't you? Right, well that's one shelf in, and I think I'm going to leave it at that, because I haven't actually got that many power tools at the moment. I'll probably get some more as time goes on, because obviously with the woodland I'm going to need a few power tools. But for now, I've only got a few electric bits, so they can sit on there, that's no problem. I've put the rubber down, because even the electric chainsaw, where it lubricates the chain, it leaks oil, so I can put that anywhere on there. And having one big shelf you can get 3 or 4 items on it next to each other. If I had 2 smaller shelves with a divide down the middle, you'd end up with 2 little cubby holes, and you probably get less tools on it that way. So I've got a lot more flexibility with one big shelf. So next thing I need to do is make some sort of hangers for the wall, because I've got quite a few brooms and rakes and things like this which I need to hang. So I'll make those hangers down in the garage, and then I can bring them up and fit them later. So let's get some hangers built. Right, well that is officially the first few tools in the shed. So I had to put the rakes on the back wall there because they wouldn't fit above the shelf because they're longer than the brooms, and I'm pretty sure that's going to happen with some of the other tools. As I start putting them in, I'm going to find they don't fit and I'm going to have to change it all around. So that's what my next 2 weeks is probably going to be doing, is putting tools in here, screwing them up, changing the layout. I'm not going to record it because it's going to drive me insane. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. I hope you've left it a like, and I hope you're subscribed, because I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I do still need to build some sort of ramp or step up to this shed because it is quite difficult getting in and out of. But I've had enough of the shed for now. I do need to get out and do something in the garden. So I know I've got a fence line up there that I need to do something with. I've got the laurel here that I need to deal with, and there's a fallen tree up the top there that I need to deal with. So I'll probably be doing one of those. You never know. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I shall see you later.